Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new, if you're not new, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marina and I'm officially back. We are so back. Oh my god, guys, I'm actually very excited yet also very nervous. Welcome to my show breakdown of XO Kitty. Yay. Okay, so if you're new here and if you don't know what my show breakdowns are, it's basically me talking about a show that I have recently watched and am currently obsessed with, and so therefore I have to make a video about it. I discuss the characters, different storylines for said characters, the overall plot of the show, and how I feel about it. I usually do it season by season, so today we are talking about season 2 of XO Kitty because it recently came out, and so I'm not really going to be talking about season 1, but if you do want to see my thoughts and opinions on season 1, I did make a video for it like 2 years ago when it first came out, and I think that was my last show breakdown that I did. It was either that or The Bear, one of those two. I haven't done this in a minute, so I'm actually very excited. I just got done rewatching it for the second time, and I have a lot of thoughts. So yeah, without further ado, I'm not here to waste anyone's time. I got a lot to talk about, so let's just get started. The first character that I would like to talk about, Alex. I like him. Nothing much has changed with my thoughts from him in season 1 to season 2. I think he's fine. I think that he was given little to nothing this season. I honestly did think that the revelation of him being the principal's son and being related to Yuri and Professor Lee, I thought that was going to be like a bigger thing in season 2, and they didn't really do anything with him or his relationship with Yuri or the principal. Now Principal Lee, because Yuri's mom left, but yeah, they didn't really do anything with that. I feel like they probably would have been able to if Yuri's mom was in this season. I don't know why she wasn't. I don't know if she was booked and busy, but girl, we kind of need you back because that storyline was really good last season, and I think because she wasn't here, it gave him really nothing to do, because who really cares about Professor Lee or Principal Lee now? Who really cares about that? I don't. But yeah, he's fine. Loved his brother-sister moments with Yuri of him giving her some advice, because my girl needs it. She's going through a lot right now, okay? But we're gonna get to her in a second. Alex, first and foremost, he's fine, doing great. Would have loved to see more of him, but also what else can you really do with him? He's just a teacher, and the students are already going through a lot. So with that being said, let's get into the students. Okay, so let's start off with Unice. Unice, I have no bad feelings towards Unice. I think that she's cute, very perky. I'm looking at my notes, so if you see me looking over here, I'm looking at my notes. I think that she's a good rebound for Day. Granted, I wouldn't really count it as a rebound now because his feelings for her are genuine, but that's a good rebound, I feel like, because she's kind of giving Kitty but not in the sense where like she's like musically gifted and Kitty is not, but overall like the personalities kind of one and the same. A New Jeans fan. New Jeans #1 fan. To cover Super Shy and Oh My God in the same season, she's a super fan. Super fan down. Respect her for that. Bops. Her thinking that Day wrote that love letter to her while they were at the ski lodge. Oh, I've never felt such secondhand embarrassment in my life. I wanted to like actually put myself out on the stake. Like, ugh. You know what? I also really respect her for that because it just shows how delusional she is. And so I love her. I love delusional queen, but why would he write that love letter to you, sweetie, when he hasn't even confessed his feelings? Granted, her bringing it up to him did make him confess his feelings, but why on earth would Day write you a love letter? Mind you, the love letter was sent to someone who is rich and who is giving friends to enemies. You and Day were barely on that level, like not even at all. Neither of you are rich and y'all weren't enemies. She just really wanted something to add up there, and the math wasn't mathing. But you know what? Like I said, delusional queen, love her. Pretending to be rich, I don't really understand what the deal was with this. She never once stated that she was rich. She was very honest about the fact that like her stuff was fake. I don't know, the beef between her and Day when it comes to like her fake persona that she puts on, not really all that fake. Like at all. All you have to do is ask her stuff, Day. Like just ask, don't assume. I'm gonna get to Day in a second, but he was really making me upset with that because like pretending to be rich, buying fake designer They're not like one and the same. She won the music competition. Good for her. She's about to be opening for Minho's brother on tour. Isn't that what the winner got? So she's on tour with Minho and Kitty and Minho's family. Go girl, go have fun. I have no strong feelings about like the competition and how it turned out, to be honest. Yeah, I think that she honestly deserved it. Broke a heel on stage and still managed to pull off a really good performance, performing New Jeans. Like, that trophy is hers. Good for her. Overall, Unice, fine. I like her. Again, I don't really know much about her besides like her being like the new love interest for Day. So not really much to go off of, but we move. Next up, we have Jen, another love interest. This one is for Q though. Okay, I really did not like him at first. I hate the whole like bully trope when it comes to romance, okay? And that's what this was giving between Jen and Q, and I really wasn't for it because Q was a sweetheart. Why are you bullying him? Why are you bullying him, Day, and Minho? Obviously it's because he likes Q, but I still think it's stupid. I couldn't stand that trope in books, can't stand it on my screen. So when he first popped up like bullying Q, at first for his sexuality, which I thought was interesting because y'all are both, he slept with Q. I'm assuming they slept together. Q literally woke up in his bed, so I'm assuming that they slept together. Slept with Q just so he could be able to turn his alarm off to make sure that he was late for his track meet. Oh, you're sick and evil. And the fact that Q even gave you like the time of day after that, you're lucky. You're very lucky. Shrunk his track clothes. What are we, in the 3rd grade? I just think that he was annoying at first. I think once Day and Minho forgave him, that's when I started to like him, because I don't know, he's not going anywhere. I have to get used to his face, and he wasn't like annoying after the first like 4 episodes. I thought that he was fine. I think that him and Q, outside of the way that they got together, are a very cute couple. His dad being an Olympian and therefore putting pressure on him to be a track star, that sucks, buddy. I'm glad that he's out of it though. Like, I don't know. I think that faking a leg injury, granted, I don't think it was fake. I think it was real at first. Him continuing to wear the cast for weeks and weeks and weeks though, that was unnecessary. I think that part was fake. Him faking it was like, I don't know, like just tell the coach that you want off the team. I understand like you don't want to disappoint your dad, but like walking around in a fake cast and everything, you could have at least told Q, your boyfriend, taking that crap off right before you need to go on stage and dance to 7 by Jungkook. You're sick. You're yeah, I thought that was a little bit over the top, but what is this show if not over the top? So I thought that the way that Day and Minho forgave him was really funny. That whole entire ski lodge episode, mess on mess on mess, but also funny, because tell me why when he was like, okay, in order for us to make up, you guys can bully me in return, and the first thing Day thought of was you were a straight B student. Oh, and that he picks his nose. Like, what are we if not unserious people? Jen, no thoughts on Jen. Don't break my man's heart. Q, love him down. Don't break his heart. I'm begging you. Be nice to him. That's all I can really hope for. On to the next. We have Pravina. Pretty girl. Very pretty girl. Gorgeous, gorgeous gowns. Kitty's rebound. Now, this is a real rebound. Kitty can say what she wants. She can say that she liked Pravina, whatever. This was a rebound. And I would say it could have gone somewhere if Kitty was not so far up Yuri's ass. And that's not to like say that Kitty's a terrible person or whatever, it's just the truth. I think that a rebound would have worked if she wasn't living with Yuri, but because she's so close to Yuri all the time, especially in like the first half of the season, a rebound would have never worked, especially with Kitty's obsessive ass. Like, she can't do anything normally. She can never be chill about anything. So for that, I feel bad for Pravina, because she had no idea what she was getting to when she asked Kitty out on a date. That was never going to end well, and I'm sorry for her, truly. And then to be outed like that, like at the ski lodge, that the girl that you're hooking up with kissed her friend slash crush behind your back. Granted, they were not exclusive. Kitty kissing Yuri, I don't think it was that bad. It's just the fact that she should have been upfront with Pravina. Pravina gave her many chances to be like, hey, if you want out, we can not do this, because I don't want mess, and it seems like the relationship you have with Yuri is very, very complicated. I don't do complicated. She told Kitty this like at least 3 times, and Kitty was like, no, I want to go out with you. I'm all about you. I really like you. Let's do this. And then she still ended up getting like fucked over, and that's really upsetting to me. Very upsetting to me. I do feel bad. Her parents are in the CIA? Question mark? Sorry, not to segue, but her parents are in the CIA. We never really got more into that. I would like to know more. They kind of brushed that off, and that's kind of crazy. I would like to know more about that. But anyway, she's such a cool girl, and I wish that we saw more of her. Like, she literally helped Kitty break into the school to get like her mom's time capsule. She didn't have to do that. She also offered Kitty to go find like a VHS player to play the VHS tape that she found in her mom's time capsule. Like, trying to just like be there for her. She was just along for the ride, and then she ended up getting that done to her. Again, really, really sucks, but better things ahead, and we're gonna get to that soon. But I want to see her more on my screen. Again, very, very pretty girl. No notes. Okay. Another pretty girl on the list, we have Juliana. Jenny Han, you have made an enemy out of me for like the 100th time. I can't do this anymore, but I feel like I'm gonna have to. So let's just be clear. She clocked that Kitty was in love with her girlfriend almost immediately, correct? Correct? Was she not gaslit this whole entire season up until the ski lodge? Was she not? I'm confused, because a lot of people are making Juliana out to be this bad person. So I've seen on social media. And I'm confused as to where her villain arc is at that y'all are speaking of. It's confusing to me. I don't know what she did wrong. To me, her and Pravina are both victims here, victims of Kitty. Kitty, look, love her down, but she's Miss Messy. She is the, quote from Q actually, chaos queen. She did not mean to break up Yuri and Juliana, but at the same time, her actions did end up affecting Yuri and Juliana's relationship, and I think that Juliana has every right to be upset with her about it. Call me crazy, I don't know. Juliana not wanting to be Kitty's friend is not the end of the world, because Kitty is messy as hell. Let's bring up the one bad thing that she did. Kitty offered advice to Juliana on how to help Yuri. Juliana pushed Kitty away, saying that her advice was basically useless. Took said advice and gave it to Yuri, and Yuri took it and it made her feel better. Bad Juliana. Juliana is the villain. Oh no. That's how you guys are sounding. I'm confused. Did she not tell Yuri like the next day, like, oh, that advice that I told you I actually got from Kitty and I'm sorry for lying? Or am I just remembering it differently? Like, I don't know. It was literally like a couple scenes after that she ended up telling Yuri the truth, and then Yuri was like, I don't really care where the advice came from. So there's no way y'all can be disliking her for that, because that was resolved within like 10 minutes. You could dislike her for getting in the middle of your ship, which I think is weird, because not her fault that she's just here existing. Mind you, Yuri and Juliana were in a relationship long before Kitty was even around. So I'm looking around, seeing like, where does the villain arc come from? As far as she knows, Kitty was the one who helped her come back to school to be with her girlfriend, just for Kitty to go behind her back, make out with her girlfriend, and then lie about it, and then have her find out about it in front of their friends at the ski lodge. Again, everything comes back to that ski lodge episode. We're talking about real TV when we talk about the ski lodge episode. I was locked in. Messy, fantastic episode. But yeah, I would literally combust on myself if I had to deal with what Juliana dealt with in this show. And then the fact that, again, everyone on social media, but also in the show, expect for Juliana to just make up with Kitty. Why? Like, I'm sorry, I love Q, but when Q was trying to get Juliana to talk to Kitty and forgive her, I was like, why does she need to do this? It's great that Kitty feels sorry. Kitty is not like an evil human being. Of course she feels sorry for what she did, but that doesn't mean that Juliana has to forgive her for anything. Juliana does not need to forgive shit. I will say that she did not owe Yuri an apology for moving on and going to Pravina. Yuri cheated on her, and I'm pretty sure they broke up. Like, it wasn't said in the simplest of terms, we are breaking up, but I think Juliana made it very clear that she did not want to talk to Yuri. Like, she needed space and everything, and their romance was basically done after episode 4. So her moving on to Pravina, why does she need to apologize? I think everyone in the show owes Juliana an apology. Even the people that had nothing to do with Yuri and Kitty's shit, an apology. And Jenny Han, I will find you and catch you, because the disposable black girlfriend trope is already running rampant in modern day media. You, Jenny Han, you are not innocent. you are very guilty of this. And what has it been, like 3 different pieces of media that you have produced or are the creator of? You have used this trope. You used it in The Summer I Turned Pretty, you used it into All the Boys, and you're using it here, and I'm sick of it. I'm seriously sick of it. You made me upset. Granted, I went into this season knowing that that was not going to last, Yuri and Juliana's relationship. Not if Kitty had anything to say about it, that relationship was not going to last, but still, I'm sick. I'm seriously sick. I'm tired, and no more. No more. But yeah, that's Juliana. I had to get passionate there for a second, because like, if it's not Jenny Han, my biggest op, then it's the internet people. Like, you guys' takes on Juliana just really shows that there's no real reason to hate her. Y'all just hate black girls. Anyway, next up we have Q. Now, what more is there to say about Q? Other than his full name is Quincy and he is Filipino. This is news to me. I had the biggest complaint of all last season with the fact that we got little to no information about Q, and that he was basically just there to be Kitty's friend. We actually got like a decent Q plot this season. Good job to the writers, because wow. Yeah, I did not know that his real name was Quincy, and I did not know that he was Filipino. I did have a feeling he was Filipino, did not know his name was Quincy. The more you know. Anyway, yeah, going through his whole enemies to lovers arc with Jen, you know, that had to happen for him to have like a nice relationship and whatever. Like I said, as long as Jen does not mess that up, I'm fine. I will say the moment I was almost on board with it was when he literally snuck Jen into the ski lodge just to spend time with him. I was like, oh wait, maybe you guys are cute. Maybe you guys are cute. I'll leave you alone for now. Yeah, that ski lodge episode was also the episode where he called Kitty the Chaos Queen, and clock it, that's what friends are for. Also, the whole sneaking around trope with him and his new BF, because he didn't want Minho and Day to know about it. I was low-key eating their romance up a little, just a little bit, after it stopped being weird. Him bringing Day to a gay club to get over Kitty, funniest thing I think I've seen in a minute. Day looked like a lost puppy, and then here you have Q right next to him just dancing the night away. And now you have Day telling his life story to these randoms in the back of the bar. Like, what's going on? Q, you're such an icon. Love you down. There's nothing else really say about Q for me this season, other than the fact that I like what they did with his like relationship this season after the mess last season, and his little one-liners. Oh, he used to hook up with Marius, which is their old roommate, I'm assuming. Hooked up with Marius knowing that he had a girlfriend back in the States. Q was such an interesting character when you actually take back all the stuff that Kitty's going through and look at what is happening with him. He's been through so much in the past 2 seasons, and I feel like we're only seeing like snippets of it, or like what he wants us to see. I would like to see more. But yeah, that's Q. Love him. Next up, we have the real villain of this season. Let's talk about Stella, aka Esther, whatever, Stella, let's just call her Stella. I would just like to say that this was very corny, but in the best way. Her entire character is just like meh to me. I'm not even gonna hold you. She was a decent enough villain where I was like, oh, okay. Like, especially in like the last episodes where her villain-esque was really starting to pop out, I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever. But I didn't really care about her for most of the season. Pretending to be an Ohio church transfer student to take down Minho's father because he said that you did not have the look to be a star. Minho's father, I'm gonna get to him in a second, he's a very mean person, to put it lightly. And so I understand wanting to get back at him for that. Dating Minho to do that, smart. Very evil though, like unnecessarily mean. And again, it's not her fault for what happened between him and Kitty, but especially after what he just went through with Kitty on the airplane, like wow, like very evil to do that. And again, she didn't know, but yeah, she stood up to his father for him, helped him try to form a bond with his father. Granted, those things were just to get her closer to his father so she could take him down, but whatever. Took Kitty's goodbye letter to the ski lodge, which is what started all of that mess. And for that, I do have to thank her, I fear. I do have to thank her. She started all of the mess for that episode, so I have to give her applause. And she didn't even mean to really start all that mess for real. Like, not really. I don't think she even thought that all of that shit would go down the way it did. She just needed a distraction so she could go through Minho's father's stuff. Little did she know, she created like World War III. Planted evidence on Kitty's computer to make it look like she's behind leaking the information about Minho's dad. Poisoned? Question mark the other contestants for the competition. So this is when I have to ask her something real quick. Do you not think you yourself are good enough? Because why do that to the other contestants? If you truly believe you deserve to win, not because of your looks, then why did you poison everyone else? You should have just gotten on stage, done your little thing, walked off, gotten your trophy, and left. I'm not gonna lie, I would have loved to see her perform. I'm kind of upset that they didn't let her perform. All of this, she did all of this and didn't even get to perform. I had to witness her doing all of this, and I didn't get to see her perform. I'm a little upset about that, not gonna lie. Poisoning the contestants, you're very insecure. And it was obvious. If you were really sure of yourself and sure of winning, which you obviously weren't, 'cause you were willing to do all of this just to make sure that you were going to win, you should have just done it without like cheating. I'm glad that she got her apology from Minho's dad, because I'm sure that obviously did a lot to her psyche, her self-esteem, just the way that she looks at herself. And it's honestly overall just very sad. Like, what she did was terrible, obviously, but like those comments, terrible. Just terrible. Like I said, I feel nothing about her for real. I think that she was a good enough villain to keep me entertained. But overall, the messiness with the romance drama made me entertained more so than like her character. Okay, now let's get into the core four, dare I say. First up, we got Day. This boy is trying to get over Kitty so bad. And it's honestly adorable. You guys know me, if you watch my season 1 video, I am a Kitty Day truther, and I am delusional about it. Not delusional enough to think that they're actually endgame, but I am very delusional about Kitty and Day. I think that they're so cute. And so the fact that he spent like the first like 2 or 3 episodes just trying to get over Kitty, my heart. Thinks Minho was ignoring him because of him threatening him last season. Oh, Day. Little did you know. When he found out about Minho confessing his feelings on that plane, honestly thought his reaction would be 10 times worse. I don't know why. This is Day we're talking about. But I honestly thought his reaction would be 10 times worse. But the way that episode ended on that cliffhanger when he found out, cinema. Him being mad at Minho, I think we all thought it was initially about him asking Kitty out. He said it was deeper than that. It was more so about like Minho being selfish and not thinking of others before himself when it comes to certain things. And I get it, but I also don't, because they didn't really show that. Like, throughout this entire show, they've shown Day and Minho being on good terms, being the best of friends, being brothers, and having a healthy, good relationship for the most part. So when he brought this up, I was kind of like, I guess, but I don't really know though. Like, I would love to give examples maybe, but I don't have any of Minho being this way, especially toward today. But I'll take his word for it, because he took that very personally. That was probably his final straw after Minho doing something like this many times. But again, haven't seen those other times, so I have nothing to compare it to. He's in his K-pop idol era. Good for you. Good for you. Is managed by Kitty and Minho. Oh, I kind of do feel bad for him, I'm not gonna lie. Imagine your managers are your ex-girlfriend and your best friend who just asked out your ex-girlfriend after she rejected you. Mess. Ooh, I can't think of another word to describe this show. This is like real television. I'm so sorry. Because I feel bad for him. But yeah, it doesn't matter though, because sooner rather than later, Unice comes around. And I, again, have no real strong feelings about Unice. I think that she is a good rebound / love interest for Day. I don't like how he kept making assumptions about Unice. All you have to do is ask. Like, I don't know. I hate people that make assumptions, period. Like, why are you assuming that she's X, Y, and Z when you could just ask her, hey, how do you feel about this? Hey, are you really like this? And about, like, I don't know, conversations, talking, communication. Like, they're not hard concepts. They're not hard. But yeah, assuming that she would want you to say that you're single when you literally confessed your feelings for her like 1 or 2 episodes ago. Like, I didn't really understand Day in that sense. Like, he was really making me irritated. If you want to say that you're single, fine, but at least let the poor girl know. For her to find out literally at the prom that you guys are at together as a couple. This is when I have to remember that they're just teenagers and that they're stupid, but also it's like, just think. think. Anyway, other than his romance drama, his dad's really going through it. His dad falling asleep behind the wheel with Yuri in the car made my heart stop. After that, I knew something bad was gonna happen, and little did we know. Car accident. You know what? Day had to go through something. It's always something with Day. And you know what? Daddy in a car accident? Sure, why not? But now his dad is suing Yuri's dad's company. Mess. Love it. Yeah, but that's Day. Love him down. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of bored with his character this season because he had really nothing going on. I enjoyed his interactions with other characters, strangely enough. Like, I like seeing his friendship with everyone because he's kind of a good middleman when everyone is hating each other, or specifically hating Kitty. He never hates Kitty. Not for real. Also, them barely having any interactions this season, let's fix that. Granted, the interactions that they did have were so cute, but more. Because, like, they are still friends, but I would like to see more of them on my screen. I understand that this was the Minho Kitty season. I know. But please, do it for me. Okay, next up, we have one of my favorites, Yuri. Yuri is, you know what, I don't really have much to say about Yuri either. Not because she wasn't in this season or didn't do anything. It's just like all of her actions were just very meh. Like, I have nothing to really say because a lot of her actions this season were dependent on the shit that went down last season with her parents, her moving into the dorm because her parents are getting a divorce and she does not want to be at home while they're going through that. But also her mom's at a wellness retreat and her dad is looking down on her because she came out as a lesbian. Her then having to move out the dorms because of Kitty's big mouth, and then having to live back at home, basically being stuck in her room because her dad doesn't want to talk to her. Losing all contact with her mom because her mom is telling her to lie about her sexuality to friends and family. I have a bone to pick because if you were not talking with your mom, why did you lie to Kitty and say that you were going to email her? You could have just told Kitty the truth. She could have called your mother. You did not need to lie. That's what I don't like it when people lie for no reason. Like, just be honest, especially with Kitty. You say that she's your best friend. You don't tell your best friend that you're not talking to your mom. Kitty would have stopped asking you to email your mother and would have just went and called the wellness retreat herself, like she did end up doing. Like, we don't need to be this messy and keep secrets all the time. Like, it's not that serious. I mean, granted, it's like your family business. It is that serious, but it's really not. When it comes to you and Kitty's friendship that you, like, hold so highly, I don't know. It just seems a little bit off to me. She definitely did say yes to the ski lodge trip because Kitty was going. As soon as she saw Kitty's text, she was like, actually, I'm gonna go. And then to lie to Juliana and say no, that's crazy. But yeah, she did do that. Skipped out on Juliana's art show to help Kitty find a VHS player. I know that she apologized. I know, but in what way does that look good for you? Especially when you and Juliana keep having conversations about how Kitty is obsessed with you. You're basically proving her point. And I know that Kitty is Yuri's friend. She's allowed to hang out with friends, but to miss your girlfriend's art show that she has been hyping up for like ever, that you know that she was really excited about, and then to miss it because you really need to find this VHS player. Like, you need to. It's very important because Kitty this, Kitty that. You like her, and that's okay. Just say it. Her pretending like that kiss meant nothing is crazy. You like Kitty. You might be in love with Juliana, but you do have feelings for Kitty. And to basically tell Juliana, like, no, I don't. No, she's just a friend. Like, gaslighting her all season was ridiculous. I know that you don't want to give up your relationship with Juliana by admitting your feelings for Kitty, but if you loved Juliana, you wouldn't be lying to her about this. It's just one of those things where I was just confused because I was like, nothing about it is making sense. I just don't understand cheaters because... let's just be clear. She was not going to tell Juliana about that kiss. If it were not for Stella's messy ass bringing that letter down to the ski lodge, Juliana would still be happily married in this relationship with Yuri, and Yuri would be prospering knowing that she kissed Kitty. It's just weird to me. I don't know. I love Yuri. I do. It's coming off like I don't. She was just like, her storylines this season, it was frustrating to me because I feel like they did a lot with her, but yet nothing at all. I don't know if I'm alone in this, but I feel like after the ski lodge episode, it started to get less gay. And so then she started having less to do. Because in that second half of the season, what is she doing? Other than yearning and pining after Juliana, which was nice to see, I guess. Mostly sad. Nice to see. Yeah, I have nothing to really say about her. It was weird of her to cut off Kitty, but it also wasn't, because if she's trying to win Juliana back, of course she's gonna have to distance herself from Kitty, like at least a little bit. Like, I was confused as to why Kitty was upset about that. Like, I understand that you need your partner in crime in order to look for your mom's side of the family, whatever, I get it. But also, you kind of broke up this relationship. You see that Yuri wants to get back with her girlfriend. You still being in the picture in any way, shape, or form while she's doing this is not going to look good to Juliana. So of course she's going to have to distance herself. I don't know, Kitty, ugh, I'll get to her in a second. Yeah, nothing to really say about Yuri other than that. And I like, again, her friendships with the other characters, specifically her friendship with Day. Those two give really good brother-sister vibes. When she was helping him shop for his outfit for the concert, so cute. I love their friendship so much. Also her letting Day know that his dad fell asleep behind the wheel, even though his dad told her not to tell him. That's sister down. Like, Yuri and Day, you can't break their soul. Also, I again love seeing her actual brother-sister relationship with Alex. I liked their 2 moments together. 2 or 3. She's poor now. Aw. I hope that Day's dad suing her dad does not affect their friendship. I highly doubt it would, but no messiness when it comes to their friendship, Jenny Han. I'm literally watching you. Don't do anything to my besties. Okay, next up we have the man, the myth, the legend, Minho. I understand that he is probably like 99% certain endgame. However, I can't care. Like, I don't care. I'm so sorry. And I'm not even trying to ruin the fun for people who like Minho. I see the appeal, I do. And I like the actor, he's great. I even actually like Minho as a character, because last season I didn't really like him. I actually like him as a character. However, pushing the Kitty Minho ship doesn't do it for me. But y'all have your fun. To each their own. I'm not knocking what y'all are putting down. Let's actually get into him as a character though. I liked him more this season because they actually did something with him other than making him rich, sarcastic, snobby friend. Because let's just be clear, that's what he was last season. So I'm glad that they gave him more to work with in terms of like being an actual human being and like being a real person. Because those daddy issues that they brought out for him in season 2 actually did make a lot of a difference. Being able to see his emotional side helped. You could tell that he does not have a good relationship with his dad. You could tell in the first season too by how badly he talked about him last season, but to actually see it with the both of them on screen, very well done in my opinion. His father, Kris Jenner of South Korea, deadbeat dad. He's a deadbeat dad. I'm glad that he learned to not be one, but like, that's crazy. Making a song for your son called Favorite Son when you have like multiple sons is crazy. His father sucks, but I'm glad that he's able to have a relationship with him now. And I know that, again, Stella did not really do that for his own benefit, but her actions caused them to actually like want to be in each other's lives more. So for that, happy for him, seriously. Though that relationship with Stella really messed him up, because now he's swearing off of relationships. As soon as Kitty gets her stuff, like herself together and her emotions and everything, that's when he's like, okay, I'm done with relationships. That one with Stella really messed me up. I can't do it anymore. I'm gonna go on this tour for the summer and forget about women. But you know what? I respect it. I respect it, because I would too. The girl that you love rejected you. The second girl that you dated after that was only in it to take down your family. I'd take a break from relationships too. I totally get it. Though who knows if he's really gonna stick to that. Like, let's just be real, because Kitty is going on tour with him and his brother and his dad. So a whole summer together and you're telling me that they're not going to do anything? I'm going to be shocked. I'm going to be deeply surprised. I'm going to be surprised if they don't come back next year as a couple. Like, watch that happen. Him and Kitty's moments, they didn't do anything for me, but I can understand why people like them together, because like their moments were cute. Him helping Kitty sneak into the school to get her mom's time capsule. Him getting in that hot tub and like a full knit turtleneck sweater. They K-drama like a K-drama hasn't done before. That was crazy. That was crazy. And it's being spread around on Twitter. Like, why the heck did they do this? Y'all have never seen a K-drama in your life. That's such a K-drama move that I literally gasped. I had to like pause for a second. I was like, there's no way this man is in a turtleneck sweater in a hot tub comforting this girl. Yeah, flew Kitty's sister out on a private jet just so they can reunite their great aunt and grandmother. I don't know, there were moments between them that were cute. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. They just don't do it for me personally. But I do like Minho this season, and I do hope that if they get together that they're happy together. Not what I would have written in the script, but good for them, good for everyone. Also, him not believing Kitty right away, I understand him. Granted, why would Kitty lie? But I understand not believing Kitty right away because she didn't have the proof to back it up. Not for real. I feel like she low-key should have told him when she found the letter in her suitcase at the ski lodge, but that's just me. Yeah, that's Minho. Good, great that he's reunited with his father and his brother. That's amazing. You go get your girl, or not, if you're really gonna take a break from girls. You know, do what you want. Be who you are for your pride. Okay, now let's get on to the main character, the main diva. Let's get into this diva. Let's talk about Kitty. Kitty Song Covey. Oh my god. This girl is stressing me out all season. You know when Kitty's talking about wanting to be drama free, that she's not coming drama free. I had to audibly laugh when she said that she wanted to start this semester fresh, brand new, drama free, Kitty 2.0. Girl, okay. We know that you're not going to do that. But it was nice while it lasted for like 5 minutes, and then she got herself into some mess, which I think again is crazy because you literally got kicked out last semester and she spent her semester this time and time again risking getting kicked out again. Kitty's funny. Yeah, but she got kicked out last semester. Yuri called up her mother, made sure that she came back, and now she's here and wreaking havoc, as one does when you're Kitty Song Covey. This whole entire season, for the most part, is just her trying to get over Yuri, and she makes the goodbye letter, advice from her sister, and then gets stuck rooming with her. Now that's mess, but that's not her fault. That's the universe being like, oh, we just want to make your life miserable. Immediately asking to find a different roommate, get in a different suite, whatever. Understandable. However, her immediately turning that down, why? Here's my thing, right? I understand wanting to be there for Yuri because Yuri's like, I need my best friend. Like, I need you with me so bad. Like, I get it. You guys can still be friends when you're not roommates. You did not need to stay in that room with her, because I am a firm believer that if she was not her roommate, half of the shit that went down this season would not have happened. I feel like Juliana might even like her a bit more if they weren't roommates. I feel like because they were in such close quarters, everyone was on each other's toes in the worst ways. I feel like if Kitty was like rooming with someone else, she should have taken up a different room with different roommates, but that's just my opinion. Rejected Minho. Now, is it really rejection? She was just questioning if he was for real or not. Like, I don't know. I didn't take what she said as rejection. She was kind of just like, are you serious? Are you sure? Because let's be clear, he was a playboy. That's what he was known for last season. So I understand her feeling a little bit of doubt. And of course, he immediately took that as like, oh, she can never want me. And then stormed off to first class. Oh my God. Minho was not a serious person. Anyway, yeah. So she rejected Minho, basically broke his heart. He lied and said that she didn't. She definitely did. She rebounds with Pina. Again, I don't really understand what the goal was here. Knowing that you are rooming with the girl that you currently have a crush on, why bring Pina into this? I feel so bad for that girl. Because again, Pina gave you multiple chances to be like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. It's really complicated. I know that you don't do complicated, and I'm sorry for wasting your time. She gave you so many chances to just be upfront, and then you still continue to lead her on up until that ski lodge episode. Had her to all the boys moment on that track when she fell down to create a diversion so they could make it to the track meet on time. Cute callback, I guess. I don't really know. I think I said this in the last video. I have no real connection to all the Boys I've Loved Before movies. So whenever they do callbacks, like even the Peter cameo, I liked it, but I felt nothing for it because I wasn't the biggest fan of those movies. So every time they do like some sort of cameo, callback, whatever, it does nothing for me. But it was basically a confirmation that Minho is going to be in game. Like the framing, the setup of the shot, bar for bar, exactly like the movie. That man, that he's going to be in game for her. Indirectly told Prince Bully about Juliana and Yuri. Indirectly. She did not mean to do that. I understand this. However, she was the cause of it. Again, I think it's just the universe low-key laughing at her, because some of these instances, like, these are not like really her fault for real, but there's no other way of twisting and turning this. She did indirectly tell Mr. Lee about Juliana and Yuri dating and being roommates at the same time. Meaning that Yuri kind of got kicked out of the dorm because of Kitty's whole blabbermouth incident. And that sucks. And it made Juliana dislike her even more. So I just think she needs to learn how to just like stop talking. Like, I don't know. That sounds so bad. I love Kitty, I swear. But in this season especially, just like, I've never seen someone spiral their lives downward so fast in my life. Episode after episode after episode. It was just getting worse and worse for her. And I couldn't do it. It got to the point where I had to take a break on my first watch, like halfway through. It was after the ski lodge episode, I think. I had to be like, oh, I need to take a break. Her watching that VHS tape of her mother from like back in the 90s made me sob. That was beautiful and sad. It's interesting because this whole journey with Kitty is about finding more out about her mother and just like her mother's side of the family, period, because she feels no real attachment towards her mother. And I think that VHS tape kind of proved that she does have qualities of her mother. They're both clearly meddlers. Like, very much so. Whether people like it or not, they're gonna meddle. And I think that it's cute that she was able to see herself in her mom when she didn't get a chance to really know her mom. That whole entire part of the show made me like tear up. Plan to get the grandma and great aunt to speak again. Okay. Like she said this in like the first episode of the season. She was like, I went back home during winter break and wasn't able to tell my family anything that I found out about my mother because I didn't find out anything because I was so caught up in drama. And I was like, exactly, girl, exactly. So she was on a mission this season to find out more about her mom, and she did exactly that. She reunited family members. Good for her, good for her. While also creating mess in her friendships. She's a multitasker. Yeah, her telling Minho about Stella, I was all down for it, don't get me wrong. I think that he deserved to know that Stella is a weirdo. However, I think that she should have done this at the ski lodge when she found her letter in Stella's suitcase. And I would have loved for that to be aired out at the ski lodge, because especially with everyone there, I would have really loved to see how Stella backed that up with evidence. I feel like if she did that at the ski lodge, that's proof enough that she's weird, and we could have handled her episodes ago. But just showing them like a video from like 2-3 years ago of Stella prior to No's job getting yelled at by Minho's father and being like, oh yeah, you see, this is Stella. This is her. She's obviously out to get your father. She doesn't actually like you. You're in a fake relationship with her, like ambushing Minho. Did she really think that was going to go well? Like, did she really think that was going to go well? I think it's just always Kitty's execution with things. Does she think before she act? I don't think so. Helped Jin with his proposal to Q, which was really, really cute. Got her scholarship renewed, so she's going to be back again if this show gets renewed for season 3. And I think it will. I don't see in any way, especially with like the Peter cameo for this season, there are going to be viewers tuning in. I don't see why this show wouldn't get renewed. I don't know what plot lines they could do for next season for Kitty specifically. I mean, I'm sure there's more to find out about her mom's side of the family while she is in South Korea, but I don't know. I think it's mostly going to be focused on Kitty and Minho after they come back from his brother's tour. And I'm not opposed to seeing it. It's whatever to me. Good for her for getting her scholarship renewed. Really would like to know what would have happened if she just told Minho how she felt though. Like, I really want to know how that would have played out. I guess we'll have to wait and see. That's how I feel about all the characters. Drama. Okay, now I have to tell you guys how I feel about the show overall. What I liked and what I disliked. Okay, so let's get into what I disliked first, because I like to end on a high note. This is like an weensy tiny little like nitpicky thing, but it is kind of bothering me. Playing a Chapel Roan song for the hetero relationship is crazy. You have Picture You by Chapel Roan playing while Kitty is yearning for Minho. That's not how that's supposed to work, Jenny Han. That's not, oh, you just pissed me off. Never do that again. Never do that again. The dialogue for this season, a little bit cringe. However, I do think the acting got better this season from everyone in the cast, so I don't think it was as noticeable as last season, because I think I gave the same complaint last season of like the dialogue the script writers are giving them is a little bit like not good. But it was better, I think, because the actors were acting this season. Not like tremendously, but you could tell that there were classes being had in between season 1 and season 2. So I guess I can live with the cringy dialogue. Also, I wasn't expecting like award-winning scripts. Peniel, how do you say his name? Peniel from B2B, being Minho's brother. I didn't like that because this man annoys me. This, again, is like a tiny little personal nitpick of mine. I don't care. That man irritates me so much. Jump scare indeed. I think that Kitty and Juliana's friendship got resolved a little bit too quickly for me. It wasn't even like resolved, but it kind of was. Again, I didn't like how everyone was trying to push Juliana to forgive Kitty. Like, she doesn't need to do that. And everyone should leave Juliana alone. I also think that I would like to see more of Alex and Lee's father-son relationship next season, because we didn't get any of that this season, which was very confusing because that was like a big plot. It was like the one that, I think it was honestly the biggest plot twist of last season that they did nothing with this season. Granted, I don't know if anyone else would even like to see that. Maybe that's just a me thing, probably. But every time they were in a scene together, I was like, oh, this is a little awkward. Granted, I don't think it wouldn't be anything but awkward considering that he finds his dad in his like mid-20s and they're forming a relationship like slowly. But I would like to see the developments of that relationship. Same with Alex and Yuri's brother-sister relationship. I would like to see more of that, and I'm upset that we didn't see that more this season. On to things that I actually did like. Again, I liked the Peter cameo. I'm not a big Noah centimeter fan, but I do like him as Peter. And I thought that him and Kitty's interactions in that one episode were very, very cute. Him giving her advice, reminding her of who she is. Needed and just overall very cute. The backstory with Kitty's family ate down this season. Again, it was like more like emotional part of the show for me was that whole entire B plot. It's like the heart of the show is Kitty being able to find out more about her mom. That's the whole reason why she's here. And I think her finally getting answers to some things just really good. Really good story writing, in my opinion, for that part of the show. The music, again, ate down. I said this for last season, I'll say it again for this season. As a K-pop connoisseur, every single needle drop, eating up. Juliana and Pravina's relationship, whatever that is, I would love to see it more next season. That's something I can fully get behind. I am totally down for whatever that is. I would love to see more of it. I thought that the build up to Kitty and Minho's relationship was 10 times better this season than last season, because I think one of the reasons why I didn't really like it much last season was because, for one, I didn't like Minho, and two, I didn't really understand or see much build up for it. I'm a fan of slow burn. So I feel like the relationship for Minho and Kitty last season came out of nowhere, whereas this season you actually get to see them develop more as like friends. Sure, it's like awkward friends because she did break his heart, but like they're actually friends and they're actually hanging out together, and he's helping her solve the mystery of her family, and it's like they get more moments together, and I can actually see the potential of them being a couple this season. So I did like their build up. I'm not just a hater. I am, but like I can see the potential of what you guys see. It's not the one that I favor. But yeah, that's it. That's the video. If you guys enjoyed this, thank you. I'm so happy to be back. I have not talked this long for a video in forever, and I feel like my voice is giving out because I haven't talked this long in forever. Let me know your thoughts on the show, the characters. What did you think of season 2? Which ship are you rooting for? All of these questions I need answers to because everyone's opinions for the show are different. I think this is like the most polarizing show in terms of like ships and who people are rooting for, because there's people rooting for literally like all of the ships or one of the ships or two of the ships. No one really knows, and I think that that's fun. You see what happens with queer television? You get messy ships like this, and it's just so much fun. That's gonna be it. If you guys enjoyed this video, thank you. If you'd like to follow me on social media, it'll all be linked down in the description below. And yeah, I think that's it. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone.